Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning. This is Lemurian Donna, and I hope you are all doing well today. It's Sunday, October 25th, and today, and I'm going to type this in as I speak it, I am going to channel the fairies. And they came into my memory a couple weeks ago when I was talking to a client about fairies, and I thought, well, it might be really sweet to channel them because their energy is so light and bubbly and happy and fun and joyful. So I thought it would be something fun to do. Also, I was coming back from my walk today, and I ran into my new friend, Sunny, who it's so interesting because he's come here to study at Dr. Ladd's Institute. There's an Ayurvedic Institute of Learning where I live, and there's a 9-month program that he is taking, but it's very auspicious for me because he's in my meditation group. So it's great because we're able to get together to meditate, do satsang together, and we have the same guru, so that's a huge tie. So it's just very nice to have someone that's in my meditation practice live in my apartment complex. So I ran into him on my way back from my walk, and he was talking to me about Ayurvedic and school and all of that. And I didn't realize, well, I guess I kind of did, but the professor or teacher there that founded the institute is world famous and very, very well known. And Sunny says he's a master, an enlightened master. So who knew, right in the back of my own, neighborhood. Anyhow, I want to say hi to Angelique. How are you? And I'm bending over because I want to bring up, well, guess who? Chloe. This is Chloe. She's getting a little bit older. She's probably 7 or 8 weeks old now, and she'll be 2 months on November 2nd. And so she's getting into everything, very active. I don't know if I should turn this light on or keep it off. Maybe I'll turn it on. And so she's getting into those crazy kitten days, and I'm thinking, oh goodness, I need to get her a playmate because she wants to attack me and my hands and my feet. But maybe it would be better if she had another kitten to play with, but I don't know. That's a big commitment. Anyhow, that's all that's going on here. And she just clawed me. Ow, Chloe, no. That hurt. Chloe, no, no. So she likes to step up on the computer, and I might have to put her in the other room. I'm not sure. But I guess that's all that's going on here. And it's a nice fall day. It's overcast, which I love because usually the sun is always bright and too shiny here. Okay, so we are going to start, and I am going to bring in the fairies, but I'm going to put Chloe in the other room because she's making a lot of noise. So say bye, Chloe. Chloe Ann. Yes, you need to go in here for a little bit. Sorry about that. This is not the most professional setup, but oh well. Okay, so let's bring in the fairies and see what they have to say. And I think I am going to turn off this light because it's basically distracting me, and I'm going to turn on the other light. Okay. All right. So at this time, I call in my highest and best healing and channeling guides. I'd like to call in the archangels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Gabriel. I'd like to call in 10,000 warrior protection angels all around me. Block all negative entities, energies, or thought forms from entering this space. I also invoke those guides around anyone watching this live stream or anyone that will watch this video in the future. At this time, I would like to call in the Lemurian Mother Goddess. I ask her to oversee and overlight this session, make my words clear, accurate, loving, and truthful. And I would like to bring in a collective of fairies. And I ask them to bring a message to the people here today. Amen. Okay, and they're here. One moment. I'm going to play with the light one last time. I'm sorry, the light went out. Okay, so at this time, I'd like to bring in the fairies once again, and I ask for a message. Amen. Yes, we are the fairy folk, as we are known across the world, and we come to you today with a message of love. We are a group of fairies that works with flowers. We work with particular flowers, and they are called the jonquil, 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 that flower, specifically yellow ones. And we are assigned to this flower to help them bloom and to bring them into life, into full perfection. And so we work with the seeds, we work with the plants as they are growing, and we work with the flowers as they bloom. And as they bloom, they, of course, give off a beautiful fragrance, and they give off an energetic signature or an energetic wavelength that goes out into the atmosphere. And this flower is meant specifically to bring in healing vibrations of love, joy, happiness, and friendship. Yellow is the color of friendship. And so we work with this flower as a means to bring these energies to Earth, and the energies that the flower puts off as it blooms is a gift or a blessing for all of nature to receive, for humans, for plants, for animals, for stones. We work with these flowers to bring in light, 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 and love. And so this is who we are. One moment. Now, there are many, 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 many different types of fairies. And fairy folk have been here as long as the plants have been here in this reality. We work with plants, and we work with plants, and we work with the green things in nature. We help plants grow, and we help plants produce, and we are the ones that are caretaking these beautiful energies as they go through the life process. So we are the caretakers of the plants in the plant kingdom. And we are the spirits that help the plant to grow and help the plant to feel nurtured and help the plant to feel loved. We take care of plants. And yes, there are many different types of fairies. There are fairies of the mushrooms, fairies of the oak trees, fairies for any different type of plant that you can imagine. And these plants would not be able to do what they do without our help. So just as humans have angels or light beings or guides that help them and surround them in spirit, we do that same thing for the plant kingdom. Many plants have come and gone on this planet that you call Earth. And plants have their own evolutionary stages, just like humans do, just like other forms of life do. And flowers have been on Earth for a while, but if you look at the history of Earth, they have been here a very short time compared to all of the other life forms. So flowers are a recent development on Earth, and they are kind of a pinnacle of creation because their beauty is so extreme and their fragrance is so amazing and their color is so beautiful. It's like when flowers came to the earth, it was an opening into a whole nother dimension, a dimension of beauty, exuberance, love. It brought in a higher frequency to your planet when flowers came to this reality. So the flowers are happy to be here and happy to bloom. Their favorite thing is to create themselves and express themselves in their fullness. So just like a flower comes from a seed and grows and blooms in this world, they are, in a way, an example of what humans can be and do and express in their world. So everyone comes in with a predetermined blueprint, a program, or an agenda, an itinerary in seed form before it incarnates. Fairies bring in this energy, and plants do as well, and humans do. And so everyone brings in their unique agenda for a particular incarnation. And the job of the guides, and the fairies are the guides to the plant, are to get the plant back on track when it goes sideways or wayward. And that is true for humans as well. Your guides are here to help you stay on track and to help you overcome the problems that you encounter on your life journey. So when a flower is growing and it gets beaten down by the rain, we are there to help that flower regain its confidence to grow again and release its petals into the sunlight. We are there, we work in spirit form to bring that flower once again back into the light. This is what your guides do for you in your reality. In your reality, your guides are there to help you stay on track and to help you overcome any negative or difficult situation that you have found yourself in. And they do this by bringing you signs, connections, and information that you normally would not have access to. We in the fairy world, and this is a dimension that is, it would be seen as overlaying your reality. We are very close to your dimension, like an overlay, like If you could just basically look, have your eyes look a little further out, you would have access to the fairy kingdom. And some people who are clairvoyant can see us clearly and work with us directly. We tend to congregate more in the natural areas. We like fresh water, clear streams, unpolluted rivers. We like green mountains and places where nature can live in great abundance. But that does not mean that we do not visit cultivated fields of fruit or flower as well. We basically are here to connect with humans at this time so that we can bring back exuberance, joy, happiness, lightness, and love into your reality. Now, humans are very much a part of the natural world, just as fairies are, but sometimes they feel disconnected from it. It is very important for the human psyche to be in nature, commune with nature, and feel the beautiful effects of nature. Nothing makes you happier than seeing a beautiful sunrise or sunset, watching a colorful rainbow appear, or observing the dew after an early morning frost. These things are the gifts that nature brings you, and we work with all of these elements, different types of fairies, to bring this collection of miracles into your world. We in the fairy world are not in direct communication with humans at this time for the most part, because we need, from our perspective, to be involved with individuals or life forms that have a deep love and appreciation for nature. When humans make it their priority or their primary purpose to live in harmony with nature, interaction with nature, in oneness with nature, then we will reappear very, very quickly into their reality and start working with humans again. We see this happening in the near future. Essentially, if humans were to work with the nature devas and the fairies, they would find that they could have much more prolific gardens. They could have beautiful cultivations of flowers and other plants. We could create great abundance in their world from natural fruits and vegetables and flowers. And so when humans look to the spiritual aspect of the plants and the caretakers of the plants to help with production and life force, then they will see great rewards instead of going down the roads of pesticides and insecticides or chemical ways to increase growth. The fact of the matter is if humans worked with fairies and fairy folk, things would grow much more rapidly, much more readily, and would be very wholesome and nurturing for humans to ingest. So it is a way for people, the benefit of people working with fairies is that they would have much more vibrant and lusher gardens and growth in their reality. We, the fairies, are happy in our work. We love our work. It is our intention to bring joy, happiness, laughter, gaiety, giddiness, into the worlds or dimensions in which we interact. We love nothing more than a good joke. And we also have interactions with the elves, the gnomes, all of the woodland spirits. There are many, many spirits in the woodlands that if you could see them, you would be amazed at the life that runs around just below your feet. And so we enjoy our work, we enjoy our lives, we love what we do, we love learning, we like expressing, we like flying around, we like to be in service, and we are actually looking forward to the day when fairy folk can talk to, communicate, and interact with humans for a common purpose. And yes, we do believe this time is coming. We think that people love the magical, they love the mystical, they love fairy tales, they love the supernatural, and they love what's just out of their reach. So the dreams of your childhood where you were playing with dragons and unicorns and fairies and elves, most humans lose that reality as they grow up, and they feel like these things are just in their imagination or not true. However, we all exist in the other dimensions, and when humans take off the blindfolds, they will be more than surprised to realize that their childhood friends have been here all along. And yes, we do exist. And much more exists just in this earth plane than humans could even possibly conceive. Your viewpoint, your access point, is very small compared to what is actually here. And so right now we are working on getting the plants ready, getting the vegetables, flowers, grasses ready to ascend. The earth is ascending, and we are ascending with it, and so are the plants. And so as the light comes down from the central sun and the sun into this reality, we are helping the plants assimilate the energy and to grow and to bring in as much of that light as possible. And so when the ascension is complete and humans and fairies and flowers are in the new world, there will be a beauty unlike anything that you have experienced today. The flowers will be bigger, grander, the blooms will last longer, the fragrances will be stronger, everything will be more beautiful and more potent because the plants chemically will be able to synthesize or make better use of the energies offered to them. When life goes from the third dimension to higher dimensions, all of life gets more ethereal, it gets lighter, it gets happier and joyful, but essentially it gets less dense. And when life becomes less dense, it is able to utilize the higher energies much more proactively and efficiently. So processes can happen rather seamlessly, and life, the stages of growth, they will not be as you could say difficult as they are here in your third dimension. Everything will bloom, grow, everything will express itself quite naturally. And when you get to the higher dimensions, the highest dimensions, you will see that the plant life does not actually die. It just keeps growing and growing and getting greener and more beautiful, and that the death process is taken out of the equation. So it is good for all involved to go through the ascension process, obviously, but we are very, very happy and very, very excited to see what the outcome will be for our beloved plants and flowers. So we just want to say that we are looking forward to the day when humans interact with us much more directly, much more normally, when it's an everyday thing to talk to the fairies that can come and tend your house plants. And also know that plants are living, loving expressions of the God force. So make sure that you talk to them and love them and give them lots of nurturance, and they will reflect that love back to you. So we just wanted to say thank you for listening. We love you, and if you need help with your plants or your flowers, call in the fairy folk. They will come in and work with your plants, your flowers, your gardens, your vegetables, or when you're out in nature on your next walk, call in the fairy folk and just say hello and start communicating with us. And when we see that you're open and loving and not a threat to our environment, we will signal you and give you an expression of light or a flash of our wings, and you might even catch us, a sighting of us, out of the corner of your eye. So we want to say goodbye, we love you, and we send you much light. Thank you. Bye-bye. And now the channel comes back. Well, thank you. That was very nice. I'm going to have to Google that flower and see what it looks like. Jonquil. Anyhow, I hope you all have a great week. I hope that you're feeling better and better every day. And I pray that only good tidings and good blessings come into your world. Thank you. Bye-bye.